Hey, what's up, lower elementary people? Hope you guys are having an amazing Tuesday. So forgot what day it was, um, but I hope you're having a great day. Listen, I wanted to share some thoughts and hopefully some encouragement with you guys regarding our team and just kind of where we're at right now. I was talking to Miss Jane yesterday, which shout out Miss Jane. She is an amazing team leader. Hopefully, well, I know you guys already know that. And what's been going on in our classroom lately has just been so incredible, especially coming out of Easter and just how many kids we had that day in lower elementary. Outside of preschool, I think we had the most kids in our lower elementary classroom, and we saw so many salvations and just kids walking out, just having such a blast. And you guys are the reason that that's happening. And so, just thank you. And I know I speak for Miss Jane when I say that as well. Thank you guys for what you're doing. Some of you serve every single week, just about, if not every other week, and you're just killing it. You're doing such a great job, and it's an honor to serve with you. So with all that said, I want to just give you guys some encouragement and maybe even just challenge us all a little bit. And this is for me too. So this isn't just something that I have figured out that I'm wanting to ingrain in you guys. This is something that I think we can all grow in. But, we really, really want to grow this team. In terms of how many people are serving in our classroom. We want to see that number go up. And do we want to see that church-wide? Absolutely, we do. My prayer is that all of our teams have a mindset and an attitude of growth to where we're constantly growing. And we never arrive and be like, oh, now we have enough team members, we're good. I don't think we'll ever get there, because my prayer is that the Lord just continues to add to our numbers and we see more kids, more families coming every single week. And so we are seeing that, especially out of Easter, just kind of launching into the summer and the rest of this year. We know that God's going to be doing great things in our ministry, and because of that, we want to see our teams grow, get better, get stronger, get more healthy. And this team is in a very healthy place, but we would like to see more numbers in terms of who's serving. So right now we have 10 active lower elementary team members. Sometimes more people will jump in and serve in other areas just to kind of help fill needs. But what I want to challenge you guys with, and it's taken me almost 3 minutes to really get to the point. If you've ever had a conversation with me, sometimes I can beat around the bush for a few minutes, talk vision, talk about the exciting things before I really get to the point of it all. So I'll try to say that quickly. But what I want to encourage you guys with is let's all take major ownership of this team and seeing its growth take place. So what that looks like practically is ask yourself these questions. How many people have I talked to in the last month about serving in lower elementary? In other words, who have you recruited? Bring those people to your mind. Have you recruited anybody? And this isn't like if you haven't done that, you're doing a bad job, because I think it's a reminder that we all need, because what can happen is we just kind of get into one gear and we just show up, we do our thing, we serve, and then we go to church, and then we go home. And we revisit it again the next Sunday or whenever the next time we serve is. And that's great. Obviously, showing up and serving is, one of the main things. That's more than half the battle, honestly, is just showing up and doing and fulfilling your assigned duties, I guess. But then also is another step forward in that and taking more ownership is recruiting and getting more people to serve, recognizing, hey, this team needs more members. There's more people in Lifegate Church that probably have a passion for first through third graders and they just don't even realize it yet. Or maybe they do and they're waiting on somebody to ask them. See, that's the thing with a lot of people that could join our teams is they're not always going to be assertive and say, hey, I want to join this team. Some will. Matter of fact, that's how some of you got on this team, is you didn't wait for someone to ask you. You just said, hey, I want to serve with kids. I want to serve with first through third graders. But a lot of people in our church, especially people that are newer to church, are not always going to say, hey, I want to serve. Tell me how I can get plugged in. They're actually waiting on somebody to ask them. And it just creates a whole new dimension of ownership for your team when you're willing to have a conversation with someone and ask them to, hey, try this out. It doesn't have to be a thing where you say, I need 3 months or 6 months of your time twice a month or every week. Like, because a lot of people, they're not going to want that. They're going to run. They're going to be like, no, that's not for me. You know, I don't even think I like kids. But even just to say to somebody, hey, just give me 1 week. Give me 1 week in this classroom. See if you like it, and follow up with them. Make sure it's on a week you're serving, and that way you can follow up. But I would love us to just take a big step in ownership of this team and recruiting, and asking yourself consistently, who have I recruited? Who have I talked to about joining this team? For those of you that are students, is it fellow students? Is it the parents of one of your friends that have been attending the church but they're not serving yet? And I was telling Miss Jane this yesterday. We're not looking for people that are already serving, right? So don't go to, if you have friends on the production team, don't go up to them and be like, hey, you want to ditch this and come serve with kids? Because then Ryan, our production guy, is gonna probably be upset. So we don't want to, we're not Robin Hood, right? We don't want to take from the teams that have a lot of members and say, hey, why don't you get to come help out with the 1st through 3rd graders? We need it more than this team, because we want people to be where they're passionate. And we don't want anybody who doesn't like kids to be in kids ministry. So don't go talk to somebody that you know isn't good with kids and say, hey, have you thought about lower elementary? What we're really looking for, if you're looking for like a description or a rubric of, hey, what are we looking for here? You want to look for people that aren't serving anywhere, or that might be serving somewhere, because we do have a lot of people that serve in multiple places. For instance, if you serve in production, you're still able to see the service, right? And then you can go serve in a classroom the next service. Actually, Danny, he does that. He'll serve in production 1 week, and then he'll serve in Next-Gen another, and sometimes he does both on the same Sunday. So shout out, Danny. You're awesome for doing that. And that's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. They don't want to do it, but some people might. But what you're looking for is people that are not serving anywhere, and who could be interested in serving with kids, because you don't want people, oh, you're not serving anywhere? Well, come on. And then you find out they can't stand kids. And I get, I understand we all love kids. They're the future, right? But just not everybody's called to be in a classroom environment with them. I'm so thankful that all of you are, but not everybody is. But I think what we really need to do is just get good at having conversations with people that we may not know super well, talking to them, finding out how long they've been coming to the church, how plugged in have they gotten? Have they been in a group? Have they come to a grow night? Because what you don't want to do is walk up to somebody and the first thing you say is, hey, you want to join my team? That may come off a little forward and might have the opposite of the desired result. And so we just want to get really good at being relational with people. And you say, well, I'm in kids ministry. I'm only good at talking to kids. And I would say, no, you're not. You're good at talking to adults too. And maybe you just feel a little uncomfortable, especially teenagers. You may think, well, I'm only in high school. What's a 40-year-old going to think if I walk up to him and start talking to him about serving? But man, that's about taking ownership. Don't let fear of man or thoughts about what someone might think stop you from recruiting and growing your team. And that's the thing. This isn't just my job and Miss Jane's job to grow the team, right? I understand it ultimately falls on us to make sure there's people there to serve every week. But what I love is that the best and the healthiest teams are teams that are just constantly recruiting. Hey, are you serving anywhere? Would you love to serve in this classroom? Come try it out for a week. See what you think. So my goal, if you want a goal, and I'm sorry, we're almost at 10 minutes. I knew I couldn't do this quickly. But if you want a goal for where we want to be, we're at 10 active team members right now. We got 5 adults and 5 students. I don't count as one of those, and we have some other people that will jump in if needed, but they're not considered part of the team. So we have 10 active lower elementary team members. Man, I'd love to see that shoot up to 15. I really would. I think by the fall, I think we could do that. Truthfully, we could do that in a matter of a few weeks if we really, really put our heads to it. But man, I think even by the end of the summer going into the fall, if we could end up with around 15 team members, I think that would put us in a better place as well, because then that would mean some of us that do serve every week, hey, you get the occasional week where you're not serving. I'm so thankful for all of your hearts to serve, and you don't mind serving every week. You do it with a smile on your face. But man, I would love it if we could kind of spread the responsibility out a little bit and allow other people that could really, really bring a lot to our kids to serve as well. So 15, I think, is a great number to strive for within the next few months. And I guess if I'm going to give you a parting words is, you're doing a great job. This isn't a matter of, hey, you're not doing what you need to be doing. All of you go above and beyond, and I appreciate that. So does Miss Jane. But man, let's take it to the next level. Let's turn it up a notch in terms of our passion and our passion to recruit, and just talk about it, and not just serve in the classroom, but also tell other people, hey, here's what's going on in Lower Elementary. Do you want to be a part of that? And when you find someone that's interested, tell Miss Jane. She'll get them on the schedule. We'll send them a request, all that stuff, application, all those things, and then we'll make it happen. So anyway, I hope that's encouraging to you. I hope it fuels your fire, gets you excited to spread the word about Lower Elementary a little bit, and hopefully recruit some people to be a part of it. And just don't be afraid. Go up and talk to people, get to know them, find out where they're serving, and if they're not serving anywhere, get them involved, and let's grow this team. So it's a joint effort. So we're going to do it together. I'll be doing it. Miss Shane will be doing it, and we can't wait to do it together. So thank you guys so much for all you do. Sorry for the long video. I'll put this on YouTube. Hopefully you have some time to watch it in the next day or so. And just let me know that you got it, and appreciate all you guys do. Hope you have a great week, and I'll see you Sunday.